welcome back. Iran responding to President Trump's announcement of imposing additional sanctions on Iran and threats to bomb Tehran if a nuclear deal is not reached. Iran's supreme leader says this, quote, they threaten to attack us, which we do not think is very probable, but if they commit any mischief, they will surely receive a strong reciprocal blow. Joining me now is Iowa Congressman and U.S. Air Force Colonel Zach Nunn. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. And I know you've got exclusive news for us this morning about a bill that you're introducing which would codify President Trump's maximum pressure order on Iran. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Maria, absolutely. You know, as a combat veteran, someone who has flown multiple combat sorties against Iran, Iran's already taken the attack to the West. They have supported frontline assaults on U.S. forces, which tragically killed 3 U.S. service members last year. They have taken support through Hamas to kidnap and abduct U.S. citizens, including those that were taken on October 7th of last year from Israel. They have supported Hezbollah, who has taken threats directly against the United States, and they have fired multiple rockets on U.S. warships through the Houthis. This is an overall attempt by Iran not only to intimidate its neighbors, but to have direct confrontation with the West. And what President Trump has aimed to do is to stop Iran from doing what they have done consistently for the last 45 years, attempt to acquire a nuclear weapon that would threaten not only the region, but the entire world. By doing a maximum pressure campaign, the legislation that I am introducing today, and Maria, it's on a bipartisan basis, it's to hold the Ayatollah and those extreme actors in Iran accountable for the threat that they have already posed to the United States, our national security here, and are effectively, for the last 4 years, been held unaccountable. It's almost a premium now for China and others to buy oil from Iran despite a sanctions regime which has been completely unenforced by the United States. President Trump has asked us to hold Tehran accountable. We aim to do that.
Do you feel you have the support for this bill?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this is a bipartisan maximum pressure campaign. It's coming directly from the United States. It's supported by our allies. And let's not forget, Iran has been at the forefront of provoking aggression. Just earlier last year, 300 weapon systems fired at Israel from Tehran. And it was repulsed not just by the United States, but by our closest allies in the region, Israel, the United Kingdom, France, Jordan, supported by other Arab countries. There is a strong stance here that Iran has become unchecked, untethered, and now is at a position where not only do they feel vulnerable in Tehran, they're directly threatening U.S. interests around the globe.
Well, what specifically does maximum pressure mean? In a practical sense, what will that mean for Iran?
This means a complete crackdown on Iran's ability to fund terrorism. As the #1 terrorist state, we need to cut off Iran's ability to sell oil. We need to be able to sanction those tankers that have moved really with impunity despite sanctions that we've imposed in Congress that were not enforced under the Biden administration. This means giving the Department of Treasury and the president the tools to go after Iran, both militarily, but most importantly, diplomatically, sanctions that can really prevent Iran from raising this $80 billion in capital that it's using to go after U.S. interests, and especially to make sure the Iranian people know that they have an ally in the United States, but that the Ayatollah, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, are not their friend. They're here to threaten us. I helped fly the Overwatch that took out Soleimani. This means a strike that takes out terrorists.